Hello everyone, hope you're all doing great. Today we are going to learn a new concept. Now I have three things. So I have two books, a big one and a small one, and a matches box. So this is the matches box. This is the small book. And this is the big book. This is a ruler and it has millimeters. But for some rulers like this one have centimeters. It is small, so it only can be used to measure like for the matches box or the small book. But for this one, you have to use it for the big book. So now we're going to go ahead and measure. We're going to start with the big book. Also, I want you to note, sometimes maybe you get a half over the number. You should use the number that is closest to that number, not the half. Why? Because we have not yet learned how to add halves in fractions. We're not yet learned how to add fractions. So we're going to hold that part. So now for this one, you're going to use the number closest to it. So for example, you have you measure and you see 2.5. Use 2. So this is the half. Use 2. Not the half. 2. Alright? So now we're going to measure the book. That's 22. So now we're going to write the 22. So now we're going to measure this side. And then we're going to write all of them. Now we're going to add them. So we can write the circles to count. Why? Because we have not yet learned how to do remainders and carry over. So we're going to use the circles, our apples. So now we're going to count them. So the answer is 74 millimeters. So first we measure each part, then we add them, and it's equal to 74. 74. Now, what is that called? That process of measuring and then you write it and then you add it. What is that process called? Let's spell it Perimeter. Let's sign it. Perimeter. 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 Again, first we measure each side of the object, then we write the measurement, and then we add it. And that is called perimeter. Now let's do another example. So the other book we're going to use is a small one. And now we're going to measure. So you can see that it has a half. So 14 and a half. Remember that I said when you get a half, you write the number that is closest to it. The number that is before the half. And that would be 14. Alright? Again, we got another half. So we're writing number 10. So why do we write 14 and 10 again? Why? Why did we write it again? Yes, you're right. The two long sides are the same measurement and the two short sides are the same measurement. Why? Because that is a rectangle. Now we're going to add them. 48. 48. See? 48. What did we say the process is called again? Perimeter. First, we measure the sides. Then we write each measurement. And then we add them. And that is called the perimeter. The perimeter. One last example. We got what? 11.5. So what do we write? 11. Really, we're supposed to write the other number. But that is for another lesson, not this one. So for this lesson, we will stay on that number, the number before. So the number before the half is 11. So that number is 6.5. What are we going to write? 6. Why did we write 11 and 6 again? Why? Why did we write it again? Because the two long sides measure the same and the two short sides measure the same. Now we're going to add them. "34 millimeters. So the perimeter of the matches box is what? 34 millimeters. So what does it mean again? Adding. all the sides, not only for squares, but you have for different polygons that measure each side, and then we subtract? No. Multiply? No. Divide? No. What do? We add. We add them. So for the big book, the perimeter is 74 millimeters. For the small book, the perimeter is 48 millimeters. 48 millimeters. And for the matches box, the perimeter is 34 millimeters. So you understand now? All right. So now I'll be sending an activity for you to find the perimeter of the polygons. And remember, have fun learning.